Hi, everyone. So today when I sat down to do my work, I started getting a very strong feeling of someone perhaps being on their north node, someone who's really following their call. I do get the sense, I'm getting the feeling that it has to do with someone's career or starting out on your own with something that you're feeling really called and really pulled to do. It feels like a very stable energy. There's also a possibility that there is a person in your energy who is standing in your way, and that might be intentionally or unintentionally. But if this feels like this is your energy, that you feel like you're about to embark on something or you're feeling called to embark on something, then this is potentially your reading. I believe that this is probably, I just have a feeling this is going to turn into a career reading, but we'll see as it unfolds how we go. Also, something to note is that the moon is in Aquarius at the moment. And when the moon is in Aquarius, it's really an opportune time for breaking out on your own or starting something new. It's a very type of independent energy. So again, I'm feeling like this could be something to do with starting something new or breaking out on your own. Also, I think it's important to note that Venus, Venus is in Libra. And when Venus is in Libra, it can be very, very difficult to make up your mind about something. So if you feel like you're having trouble making up your mind, or your energies are maybe scattered in a few different directions and you're not super focused, that might be why. And again, that could be confirmation that this is your reading if that energy felt like you. So let's see what comes out in the tarot. So we have the Seven of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. So with the Seven of Wands, I always take that to be some kind of inspired action that you are taking towards humanity. But I also get the sense that some discipline is needed. With the Seven of Wands, it's making progress towards something, which confirms what we were talking about, that perhaps you're trying to begin something, or you're in the middle of the road even of trying to work towards your goals, but maybe a little more discipline is needed when it comes to it. And that may be what I was saying before about how you may just feel like your energies are just kind of scattered and all over the place at the moment. And that may be where discipline needs to come in. And because it's wands, it does give me the sense that we are talking about some kind of enterprise. So it is kind of confirming that I thought that this was going to be a career reading, or maybe a side hustle or something that you're embarking upon. So, but the way that I believe you're feeling about this situation is you are feeling pretty stable, that maybe you have the funds, that maybe what you're following right now matches your values, and it's really what you want to do in order to take action towards humanity, or put your work out there that really affects everyone as a collective in a positive way. So it's making you feel very stable. You feel very good about these endeavors that you're starting, or some of you have already started. So again, it feels like this is going to be a career reading based on this. I think I'm getting confirmation that it certainly is. And I think that you got here because you have been really patient with a lot of things in your life. It looks as though you may have had a lot of conflict with the Queen of Swords here, or maybe you've just really been patient with your thoughts and trying to balance out what it is you want to do with your life. But if in the past you have had conflicts with work and you just really can't reconcile your career with your soul, or your career with your values, and it may be why you're wanting to start on something new. That's the energy that's coming through these cards right now. So, but let's keep going. So now we have the King of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. Wow. Yeah, I do think this is certainly about your money and your career, and it's looking pretty good. I think that there is definitely a lot of thought that's going on in right now. And I think that this goes back to what I was saying, that Venus is in Libra, and you may be trying to reach a decision. You may be weighing back and forth between waiting to see, because the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords are sort of opposites of each other, in the sense that the Queen of Swords is really patient and waiting for the ideas to come, but the King of Swords is really going towards and trying to find the answers, and trying to discern the answers and learn things and go out in the world and collect the information, as opposed to letting it come to you. So I think in the past you have sort of sat and waited for the information, but now you're kind of thinking about going out into the world and collecting the information that you need in order to push forward the agenda that you have for your side hustle, or following your North Node, or taking action, as we said, towards humanity as a whole, and bringing more love and light to the world, is the feeling that is coming off of these cards. It seems as though the energy, this card here of the Nine of Pentacles, is sort of the direction that your energy is moving into. Because I always say the energy flows this way through the cards. And I feel like you're headed towards a Nine of Pentacles, in the sense that the nines are always a very independent card. And the Nine of Pentacles is an independent money card. So this is someone who is independently wealthy, or at least someone who can support themselves outside of a traditional career, which I think with this Queen of Swords is what you used to have. You used to have a traditional career, but as I said, you couldn't really reconcile your values, or there was maybe a lot of conflict involved with that job that you had. And now you're really moving towards this energy of breaking out and becoming independent, and following your heart, and following your North Node, and following your values. And this also goes with what I said at the beginning about the moon being in Aquarius, which is a very independent energy. And I think that you're really kind of jiving with the moon's energy, in the sense that you know it's time to break out. You're really working with the moon's energy on that. So that's really great. And you're really seeing yourself as this King of Pentacles. I think that whatever it is you're doing, you feel very confident that this is a good match for you, and that you're going to be able to really take a lot of action towards building your business or building your empire. And you can really see yourself doing that, and having a lot of knowledge about whatever it is that you're embarking on, that you really are going out and getting the information that you need, and then you're using it and applying it to your business. And then therefore it's going to open up this whole bankroll for you that you didn't have in the past, when you were relying on someone else's dream and someone else's job, or whatever you were doing in the past. So we'll keep going. Then we have the Devil, and the Seven of Pentacles, and then the Five of Pentacles. So, and then underneath we have the Hanged Man. So again, I think this feels to me like you are in a pretty toxic environment with the Devil being here, that whatever it is that you do in your real life, so to speak, or in your real job, it's probably become so toxic that you're trying to find a way to let go. And what I'm getting from the energy moving this way is that it truly is, you are moving towards being able to be independent. So I'm not necessarily saying that you can quit your job today if you need that job to pay your bills. Although if you feel like you have other options, then I do think that moving away from this toxic energy is very good for your soul. However, I do think that even if you feel like you are tied to it, which is often the feeling, the energy that the Devil card gets off, is that you're so bound to it that you can't get out of it, that your current job that you have right now, you're just stuck there and you're tied to it and you don't have a choice. I do think you are moving away from it, and you are going to find an escape from it. Because again, you have another 7 showing up here, and this is your hopes and your dreams, and the things that you want are in this position. And again, it matches your current situation with your 7, where you really want to take purposeful action towards humanity is what I want to keep saying. And it's because you know that it matches your values, and that in order to have the discipline that you need to start it, you also need the discipline to have the resources that you need to start it. So it's giving this sense, especially with the Hanged Man, that it's saying just take a little more time. Even though it's uncomfortable being in this devil energy, it's uncomfortable being in this sort of a time out right now. Nobody likes to be hung upside down. That's got to be incredibly uncomfortable. But the point is to wait it out until you do have a little more of your resources saved up so that you can break through. And meanwhile, continue to work on your project, whatever that is, to the best that you can without the resources that you don't have yet, but also while you're still dealing with this current job that you're in. So just taking some extra time after work to push forward your projects, or saving some extra money instead of spending it on something else. Maybe put that away and know that it's going towards your project because of the way the energy is moving. And with the Five of Pentacles being in the outcome position, the fives to me are always about challenges and always about lessons. And I do think that the outcome of this situation is you are going to learn a whole lot and be challenged a lot with balancing your values with being practical, because look at all these pentacles on the board is all about practicality. You're going to be balancing what you want and knowing that you're following your North Node with also being practical and saving up enough money and working hard in the background. And once you do that, the energy will flow this way and you will have your financial independence and you will become the King of Pentacles. But you have to go through those challenges first and use a lot of discipline, because the sevens are always about discipline being needed. So if you like to go out to dinner every night, for example, and it's just an example, it may require some discipline for you to put that money aside towards your business instead. Or it might mean if you like to just kick your feet up and watch TV after work every day, just an example, that it may be time for you to turn off the TV and really start focusing on your projects. And those are going to be your challenges that are going to really help you push this through. So I would also like to look at some chakra energy, which of course I always like to do, because the chakras to me are the cause and effect and the solution to all of the things that we're talking about and working on here. And the chakras are just happen to be my expertise, so it works out. Okay, so we have the heart chakra, which is bitter. So there is, again, we're seeing the devil. And the Queen of Swords isn't necessarily a bad card, but in this position, it does feel like you've had some conflict in the past, especially having to do with your work. So I do think that your workplace is really causing your heart to be bitter. If you see the color of this card, this is too dark for the heart chakra. It should be a brighter, more vibrant green or even a pink coming from the heart chakra, I would rather see. So with this being such a dark color, again, it goes back to what I was saying, where I feel like your career is really contrasting with your values and what you really believe that you should and can be doing and what you're being called to do. So that really fits with what I'm picking up from your workplace or your current situation. That's just causing you to be bitter and you're not really letting enough light into your heart chakra. So then we also have the root chakra here, and there's definitely blockages showing up in your root chakra as well. So we're a little bit blocked in both our heart chakra and our root chakra. And I think that you feel the need to separate from your job, but if it's too soon to separate from your job, with it falling right with the Queen of Swords, then the goal here is to learn how to keep your heart and your root open while you're still in your workplace, because it will help things flow towards this in a more timely fashion. And I will talk to you about how to do those things. In fact, I think I'd really like to concentrate on the heart chakra for this particular reading because it is showing up so dark and so bitter that no one wants to go into a situation every day. If you're going into a job that makes you feel bitter, that feels so toxic, that there's so much conflict, that it makes me feel as though I want to protect you and your heart, where we'll open your heart chakra, but then we'll put more of a layer of protection around your entire auric body altogether. So you can keep your heart open while you're at work, but the people can't penetrate in enough to your energy in order to bother your heart. So that's where I feel called to kind of work with you about that today. I would also like to pull a couple of tea leaf cards because this sometimes helps us get a little more information too. These are pretty specific. So I do like to see what is kind of fated to come out of these cards and have them fit into the reading. So we have chair empty, someone is leaving your life. So again, whoever these people are in your work situation that are making you feel bitter, that you need to separate from, that don't match your values, that person will be leaving your life, which we do see confirmed here, but also exactly as I was saying, which is why I love these cards. Oh my goodness, they're coming so at the bottom of the deck, we have cracked cup, which says dissatisfaction with life. And you may have heard I just interrupted my own sentence because all of this, I'm just so excited because all of this fits so perfectly. You are dissatisfied with your current situation at work, but in order to achieve your goals and push through the challenges and the lessons, I said twice that you're going to require some discipline. And we're getting table, which says hard work ahead. So your goals are 100% achievable. Your financial independence, you'll build your own business and your own empire. Everything is here that you need, but it will require discipline. And opening up your heart. It's going to require those two things. And both of those things are hard. I won't lie to you. Those are going to be hard and require discipline, but you can do it. I had a teacher tell me once, you can do hard things. And it stuck with me because you do have this moment of realization where you're like, well, wait a minute, I really can do hard things. That is something that I can do. So with the playing cards, we have the 5 of spades and the 7 of hearts. So, and then underneath we have the 4 of clubs, which is the broken mirror. So again, it reminds me of this broken cup where it's like you're really not seeing things right, perhaps, and things are just not working out the way that you had envisioned that they would work out. And then the 5 of spades is the train card. So again, this is your escape, and we talked about that. The train card is a very sudden, quick escape. So with the train showing up here, it may be that this is going to happen a lot faster than I've gotten so far off of these cards, as long as you're doing the discipline. And with the 7 of hearts showing up here too is very encouraging because that means your ancestors are here. And whenever your ancestors are here, it means they're paying attention to your efforts. And if you put in a little legwork, if you, as we said, work behind the scenes instead of watching TV or save your money instead of splurging, if you start putting in concerted efforts towards this goal, every step you take, your ancestors will push it 2 steps. And then if you take another step, your ancestors will push it 2 steps. So that may be why the train and the tree is showing up here, because it's telling me that you're not alone, that you're being guided and assisted, and that this is something that if you put in the discipline that is required, then you will get some help out of this. So we definitely have that going for us. So I do want to pull one big picture oracle card, and then I think I decided I'm going to pull a couple of career and money cards. Oh, so what tried to fly out of here? We had a couple of flippers. We have the road and the safe. So this again is saying if you start traveling, if you start making this decision to go the other way, your ancestors are definitely going to protect you. So we have repeating messages here too. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to put those back in and shuffle them back in. But that was certainly a message from your ancestors confirming what I just said. So then we have the key, which is a beautiful card to have fall there, because this means you have the answers. You know what to do. You are following your North Node. And as soon as you get on the path of your North Node, that is exactly when you're going to be supported and helped, and you have the key. But the thing you have to remember about the key is you have to do the work. Having the key does not open the door. Putting the key in the lock and turning the key, using the key, is what opens the door. So this is where your discipline is going to come into play. You can't just walk around with the key in your pocket and get the thing. You have to use the key to get the thing. So make sure you are employing enough discipline into this, as we've already talked about. And then your ancestors will really help kind of grease the rails for you on the train to move from this stagnant, toxic, devilish energy of your current situation and your bitter heart, and move you towards these challenges and help you build your empire. So I also would like to pull 2 career and money cards just to see if we can get a little bit of confirmation about what this work is that you're trying to do, or even just some clues about what you can do. But let's see. I'm just curious to see what pops up, because it's certainly been confirmed for me from when I sat down. I suspected this would be a career reading, but now I know for sure. So let's see what other clues we can get. So we have heart. Oh, so this is all about having a job you love. And that is exactly what we have been talking about, which is exactly why I love cards. And then we also have feather, which is about abundance, easy money, light work. So this is all about what we've already been talking about, that you're working towards purposeful action towards humanity. You're helping to bring light and love to the planet. And therefore, you're going to be made abundant with the feather and with the 9 of Pentacles and with the King of Pentacles, because you are following your North Node and you will always be protected. So that is the reading. But I would like to talk about some things that we can do about your heart chakra. At least as long as you have as long as you're doing this job where you feel it's very toxic and stagnant and full of conflict, as long as you're having to go there every day, which you clearly are based on this reading, then we're going to work on some ways to keep your heart open, but protecting the rest of your auric field. So using the book, Raise Your Vibe in 5, we're going to find a page for the heart chakra that you can work on. But also I'm going to post a link in the description, but also in the comments section, for a heart chakra healing that you can just click on anytime you want. It'll just be there waiting for you. You use it over and over again if you want to help you with your heart while you're dealing with these people at work. But in the meantime, if I go to a page in Raise Your Vibe in 5 for the heart chakra, this is saying drink green tea if you're able to. And this is really not only a good idea anyway for your overall health and for your heart chakra, but because it's green in particular, it's really going to help with the this really dark color in your heart chakra. The green tea will help to brighten the actual color of your chakra, which will ultimately have it open more to the light. So I would suggest that if you are able to drink green tea, if you like green tea, I really suggest you sitting down and having a cup of green tea right now. And you can even sip on your green tea as you listen to the heart healing video that I will post in the description and in the comments. So let me know, please, if this was your reading, and we will do this again sometime. Thanks, everybody. Bye.